hydrogen tanks. So this can be regarded as the as a contemporary hydrogen car, and in a way it also can be regarded as electric car, since this fuel cell generates electricity. It also has a battery which stores the electricity, while the hydrogen is kept as a gas in a high pressure tank. So maximum distance you can drive with one without refueling is 830 kilometers, which is quite impressive, and the maximum speed is 155 kilometers an hour, which is quite good. And when we look at the price, there are different prices quoted, but it's around 140,000 US dollars. The next model we should look upon is the BMW. Not only they are using the fuel cell, but for in order to be dynamic, it also makes use of the internal combustion engine, which also uses the liquefied hydrogen, which is kept in that special tank, and of course it requires very low temperatures, as I mentioned before. And so you can drive some 200 kilometers on hydrogen and additional 480 kilometers on petrol. So total distance is quite sufficient. The maximum speed is 225, which is electronically limited, because of course they might go for 400 kilometers an hour, which is not necessary in our everyday life. And when compared with petrol equivalent, it would consume around 13.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not very economical. As the next, here we are talking about Tesla Roadster, which is an electric car. They have lithium-ion batteries. They are charged for 4 hours, and they can go 400 kilometers without recharging, which is not very good, but sufficient indicator. So by July this year, more than 1,000 such cars have been sold, and the approximate price is 84,000 euros. Here we have another model which runs on solar energy. It also can be regarded as a hybrid, since when it's not using all of the received energy, it stores it in the batteries, and it can go for 110 kilometers at the maximum speed of 120 kilometers an hour. So here you can see that additional photovoltaic panels are installed also on the bonnet. Here you can see another model which can be tailor-made for 1.5 million, which is called Rheinspeed Scuba. And it's also regarded as a hybrid because it can go on land and also underwater. So it all shows that the science is developing, also the transport is developing, and if you look at the market, Japan takes the leading place in terms of sales of hybrid cars. Here you can see the statistics. Here you can see the 5 leading countries that account for around 90% of all the hybrids sold. And of course you can see Latvia is not among these top countries. And if you look at the most popular makes, here we can see the data that came from the USA. And here you can see different makes, and Toyota Prius, when we look at the annual consumption of fuel, actually is in the first place. And there is a special organization, the Prius Patriots, they are dominating the US market. If you look at the Latvia, we have the first hydrogen-driven car at our solid particles physics institute, which is only has been created as a part of our research, which is dedicated to the fuel cell production. And we also try to find the most appropriate storage method for the hydrogen. And here you can see that we have upgraded this car also with a roof fitted with photovoltaic elements that fuels or provides energy for the lights. Of course, the cars that run purely on hydrogen are quite in the distant future, because we still have to provide for all the infrastructure. And of course we should thank Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who has decided that California will be the first state in the USA that will turn to the use of hydrogen, and they have already installed some more than 40 or almost 50 such stations where you can refuel your hydrogen car.